Welcome to the 2018-2019 school year. I'm so glad you're here. And my name is Mr. Kardouche, and I will be your biology teacher for the entire year. Now, I think biology, science in general, is one of the most important subjects that you will have. And the reason I say that is because science allows you to find the truth about things without bias. And to do that, what scientists have to do is they have to change something and then measure the effect of that one thing on something else. And so if you recall from 8th grade or maybe 7th grade, we call these things the independent variable and the dependent variable. So let's say, for example, just something not very complicated, not very interesting, but not very complicated, just to get the point across. So I want to know how turning the faucet affects the flow of water. So what is the thing I'm doing? Am I creating the water? Am I telling the water to come out? No. I am turning the faucet. So my independent variable, the thing I am doing, is turning the faucet. And then what am I measuring? I'm measuring how much water flows out. So I turn the faucet and the water flows. Now what if I turn the faucet and nothing happens? Can I cause the water to come out? No. The water comes out as a result of turning the faucet. So there's always two things in science. You have your independent variable, the thing that you do, and your dependent variable, the thing that you measure and that you believe is affected by your independent variable. So my independent variable, turn the faucet. My dependent variable, measure how much water comes out. I turn it more, I measure some more. I don't want to waste water, but you get my point. It wouldn't make sense to call the water flowing the independent variable. You're not the boss of water. You can't force water out of a faucet that's not connected or that's broken. But you can't turn the faucet handle. So that's your independent variable, the thing you do, your dependent variable, the thing you measure. And by taking it one step at a time, you can find out many things about the world. So I could say, what is the effect of turning the faucet on the temperature of the faucet? And of course, nothing would happen. The temperature more or less stay the same. So be like, okay, nothing happens there. What is the effect of turning the faucet on the sound? What is the effect of turning the faucet? And so you only measure one thing and you only change one thing. We call that controlling your variables, controlling your experiment. So every experiment must have good controls. So you only change one thing and you only measure one thing. And then you can do another experiment, change one thing, measure another thing, etc. So what I would like you to do today is observe this aquarium right here. And so I would like you to look at all the variables and figure out what is the thing that one could change about this aquarium, and what is the thing that one could measure as a result of that change. Now this aquarium is very interesting because it's been here all summer. It doesn't really have a filter to speak of. It doesn't really have a pump to speak of. These fish were as small as this little fish. They were really small. They were all really small. And they all, over the summer, without being fed and without any kind of maintenance, have grown like tenfold. They're huge. How did that happen? So we asked that question and then we looked for variables, things that might have caused that. So what is the effect of on something? So we're going to look at the aquarium and try to figure out what are all the variables and how do they affect other things. So we look for independent variables and dependent variables. Wow, they even follow. And that's how science works. And by asking enough of these questions and measuring enough of these variables, science can find the truth about all sorts of things.